kick off the show by congratulating some daytime Emmy winners. Ellen won for Best Entertainment Talk Show. The Talk won for Best Host, so we send them our big congratulations. And Sonny and Sarah and Paula won along with the folks at GMA for Best Morning Show. That was good. So the White House Correspondents dinner happened on Saturday night, and for the first time in 36 years, the new guy wasn't there. It was a no-show. And Daily Show correspondent Hassan Minhaj had some fun with this. Take a look.
The leader of our country is not here. And that's because he lives in Moscow. It is a very long flight. It'd be hard for Vlad to make it. Vlad can't just make it on a Saturday. It's a Saturday. As for the other guy, I think he's in Pennsylvania because he can't take a joke. You know Donald Trump doesn't drink, right? Does not touch alcohol, which is oddly respectable. But think about that. That means every statement, every interview, every tweet, completely sober.
Good one, right? It was funny.
Bravo to him. He was
I mean, I was in the room, and I got to tell you, the room was with him, and that's a pretty big job, and I thought I would see him a little bit of nervousness or anything, but he seemed to read the room well, and we were laughing with him. I mean, it was, he did really well.
Yeah. There's this perception often too, you know, like Donald Trump felt like he was going to get picked on. But if you listen actually to what Hassan did, I mean, he picked on everybody. He picked on CNN, MSNBC, journalists, Donald
all
Trump.
The time. Yeah.
Right, but there's this perception, and it's an interesting contrast because if you talk to a lot of people on the right, they don't even want to watch it. They don't want to engage because they feel that the White House Correspondents' Dinner is representative of that Hollywood media bubble that doesn't understand what a lot of the country's going through. So they reject it, and I said to them, you know what?
But the title is Correspondents,
right? But
actors.
they feel that it attracts a lot of celebrities all the time. This year it didn't really.
It was not like that this year, and that's the interesting thing. I was chatting with a lot of my former colleagues from CNN and ABC, and they said this was different because it brought journalism back into the spotlight. That this was about journalism, and actually, the president of the White House Correspondents Association got up and said, he said, freedom of the press is a building block of our democracy, and he also said, we're not fake news, we're not failing news organizations, and we are not the enemy of the American people.
No.
And that was...
The important part to remember is what Jed said about how they mock everyone in the room. Because one thing I love that he made a joke about was whenever you turn on CNN, it's always breaking news all day long. And he was making a joke about the breaking news, and he threw barbs at everyone.
And Jeff Zucker was the president of CNN, was at a table right next to mine, and he was laughing along with it.
Wolf was too.
And Wolf was laughing as well. And he actually went up. Jeff went up to Hassan afterwards and said, "You killed it. Great job."
You know, he really should be careful about attacking the media because Woodward and Bernstein were both there. And let us not forget that Woodward and Bernstein took down a president.
Yes.
The press can take a president down. And that's what he's frightened of.
And that's why while the dinner was happening, you know who was a few hundred miles away at a rally that he threw in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where he gave the crowd a glimpse of what he said was happening in D.C. Take a look.
A large group of Hollywood actors and Washington media are consoling each other in a hotel ballroom in our nation's capital right now. They are gathered together for the White House Correspondents' Dinner without the president.
You know, he wasn't so cavalier against Hollywood back in the day. I went to his wedding to Marla. There were 1 million celebrities there. And watch this tape that we found of him when he liked Hollywood and celebrities. Watch this.
3 acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Green acres, we are there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the free world.
I think that's a great great point that you just made, though, because I think he likes, the lesson here is that Donald Trump likes good press for him, that he does love the media when the media is saying great things about him. He'll tweet, I see numerous times in his Twitter account, he'll tweet out, I'm doing this great interview because he knows it's going to shed a positive light on him. And he loved the media when the media liked him. Right now, the media oftentimes happens to be critical because guess what? You're president of the United States and you're in the highest office of the land and you open yourself up to criticism because you work for us and that's how it should be.
I'm not sure that you're supposed to pick and choose when you're the president.
But I think he wanted... I've seen him quoted multiple times. He was passionate about the movies. I think he wanted to be this big celebrity movie star, and that didn't work out for him. But he happened to have these investment relationships from his dad, and that's what got him. He needed to be known. And so I think why we hear him hate on celebrities so much is I think he wanted to be one from the movie world.
Maybe he did do a remake of From Russia with Love. That would be...
This thing though that was very offensive to me when I was watching some of the clips from the rally. He said, Donald Trump said that he had a much larger crowd and much better people than the White House correspondents in it. Well, guess what? He had a bunch of skinheads in the audience. He had members of the Keystone United, which the Southern Poverty Law Center characterizes as a white supremacist hate group. It's one of the largest and most active single-state racist skinhead crews in the country. How are those better people than the folks that I was sitting with at the White House Correspondents' dinner, like Carl Bernstein and Woodward? And those are the people that he says are good people.
Well, also, though, just to defend some of the people, there are people
who... you defend them when we come back? We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.